Hi, I am Dr. Eurydice Moore of Eurydice. I am a 501c3 specialist and a grant writer with Eurydice, a certified MBE WBE consulting firm located in Illinois. But I service people locally, nationally, and we are an international business. We are certified on a city, state, county, and federal level. So I am here to continue our series on the 11 different ways to use the 501c3. First, if you missed the others, I suggest you go back and look at part one, part two, and part three of the 11 different ways you could use your 501c3. And in order to use a 501c3, you have to have one. In order to have a 501c3, you must be a nonprofit. So, what is a 501c3? It is a document that you acquire upon approval from the IRS, which is abbreviation for the Internal Revenue Service in America, in the United States. You can have nonprofits inside the United States and abroad, overseas. You can have nonprofit. Nonprofit can be local, national, and international. Nonprofit can be located anywhere, but there are certain tax exemptions that are given to nonprofit because they know that you are servicing people and you're trying to keep your costs down. So there are tax exemptions. A lot of people just associate the 501c3 with getting grant. They like, oh, I need the 501c3 so I can get a grant. It's so much more. It is so much more. So I did part one, part two, part three. Part one was about sales tax exemption, I believe, state tax formation, and I forgot what part three was, but you can look it up. Part four today, I know you all like, lady, get on with it, because I know you got excited when you wanted to know how you could use your 501c3 to get free, free properties. Free properties. Yes, you can get residential property, you can get commercial properties, you can get duplex, you can get uh multi-level properties, two flat, three flats, free with the 501c3. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Free properties with the 501c3. How do I know? I've been doing this since 2004, working with the 501c3. Matter of fact, I had someone to donate a three flat building to me with the 501c3. So I'm not just saying what I heard, I'm telling you what I know and experience for myself. You can get free, free property with the 501c3. Once again, I'm Dr. Eurydice Moore. My information is scrolling across the screen. Please subscribe, keep us alive. Uh, Leave a comment, like, hit that notification bell, and you can enter something in the comment section. My information is scrolling. My phone number, phone number, email is appearing across the screen. So contact me if you want additional information and obtaining free property with the 501c3. You must first be a nonprofit. Okay, let's get into this. So many times I have had clients that says, Dr. Moore, I need space. I need a place to house my programs and my services. What do I do? Well, did you know that if you are a nonprofit and your nonprofit, most people nonprofits are mobile and they use their home, their basement, they attic, or they find a wall in their home and put a desk up against it, and then they operate that way. Okay, but eventually you're gonna outgrow. You want to have contact with people, so there are several ways that you can seek free property. But first, you got to be nonprofit. You got to have that 501c3. I am a 501c3 specialist, and I help people attain their 501c3. So, what you do, did you not know that your alderman, your councilman, what you need to do is drive through your neighborhood and do your research. Write down the address of property that look abandoned, but don't look too bad, or they recently became unoccupied. So write down that address, check and see if it's in your alderman ward or your councilman or person ward. Then, okay, do your research. Put a letter together. It is known as a letter of intent. You have to be careful with the language. It's certain key language that you have to use. You have to tell them what it is that you plan to do with the building, how you attaining the building is going to help the community. I do workshops on how to do such letters. You can contact me about the workshop on how to write a proposal letter, also known as a letter of inquiry, also known as a letter of intent. I have gotten so much uh, support with those letters. Okay, so back to the alderman. You after you have your letter composed, and it would be good to take a picture of the building, and then you meet with the alderman and you sit down and you outline. He interview you, and if he's in agreement with you, he will issue you a letter, and you take that letter and you submit it to your municipal. In our case, you would submit it to the city of Chicago, and then the council, the city council, had to vote on it, and if they approve you, then they turn the property over to you. Of course, you have to go to a closing. You got to sign off on it, and you get the property. That's one way to get free property with the 501c3. Another way to get free property is you could put an ad in the paper, or you can make it known, or put a flyer, that you have the 501c3. You can consult business people, about buildings that have been vacated or they don't need anymore. And then you can submit a letter. Okay, another source of getting free property is the bank. There's been a lot of foreclosures, and banks have tons of property on their list, and they are not making any money, and they are not happy about it. You want to contact what is called your REO officer. That person is in charge of the property of the bank. That person works for the bank, and you will submit a letter. You go on the bank website and you begin to look up the property. And once again, here come this letter, very valuable letter. And you reach out to them and tell them, what it is you plan to do. They get a write off, and then they get that property off their book. Now, another source to get property, but you may have to pay a little, is going to tax sales. Okay. And go and bid on the property. I got to do a little bit more research on that. But since you have that 501c3, they might waive it. But these are some sources, and I'm sure there are many, and how to use your 501c3 to acquire free real estate property. I want to thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, hit that notification bell, subscribe, keep us alive so we can keep coming to you with relevant, pertinent information. God bless, Godspeed. Annie, Anna Baby, Annie Girl. Signing off.